Say what now? Just who are you calling a cheeky little cow? Name's Lola Noel, but you knew that already. And this is a story of how me and my Berzerk buddies went crazy in Clint City. You see, we decided to start off with some people who weren't really together because they liked each other, but they were together for the sake of being together. I mean, why else would the Montana and the All-Stars be working together? I mean, how many times does working together need to be in a sentence? But the Montana were always starting, trying to fix fights for the All-Stars, but they're too honorable for that kind of thing. You know what's not honorable? Spike's fighting style. We decided to send Spike up first because he was so pissed off at something, and he gets dangerous when he's pissed off. And so we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and we were like, are these guys actually going to make a move? I mean, Spike's all about destruction, but he's more of a guy who likes to fight back when he's provoked. Because it was the fact he was forward that Cortez broke his arms and rendered him mute, and oh my god, poor Spike, he didn't deserve that kind of thing. And we waited, and we waited. And we got sick of waiting, so we moved on to beat up on some junks. I was with Miho, she's like my sister. And I was with Taylor, my beautiful boyfriend. And Cortez was with us as well, because, a good leader leaves no one behind. And so we waited for the junks to make a move. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I love the junks' music. I prefer rock music more, but, the junks, they know how to rave. And, it's like, we waited some more. We lied and waited. And we were like, are these guys gonna make a move as well? It was like, who are these guys gonna be brave enough to step forward to us, the raging Berzerk, especially when it's Christmas time? Oh, and then Fizzle stepped forward, and we were like, who the hell are you, bitch? So it was like, who's gonna make the first move? Me or Miho? Was Miho gonna make the first move? But because I've got protection on that damage, you see, you can't touch this. So I decided to go for it first. Of course, not enough power behind me, and Fizzle ended up slamming my face into a wall. It kinda hurt. So then we were like, well, who's gonna step forward? And Taylor was like, no one shoves my girlfriend's face against the wall. So he decided, he volunteered to step forward. And we were like, what is going on? Who are they gonna send out? I mean, Taylor is like this really raging Hulk. He's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I mean, we could have sent out Cortez. But that Cyrene is very manipulative. And she will match anyone, well, not anyone's power, because some people are able to get around. I mean, Elvis. Cyrene could try and seduce Elvis, and Elvis would be like, well, I'm not doing any of that. I'm sorry, whenever I try and do an impression of Elvis, it starts sounding like Sylvester Stallone. And I don't like his films. Miho loves Sylvester Stallone's movies, but I don't like them. They're not really that good. And then Matt stepped forward to take on Taylor, and Taylor ended up getting his face smacked into a wall. It wasn't very nice. It wasn't that nice at all. And then we decided to beat up on a freak and Paolo, and yeah, we were surprised to see that Costner and Rudy was siding with these people. I mean, if they were on an intelligence mission, then we wouldn't have minded, but Cortez hadn't said anything like that. Cortez was pissed, so he stepped forward to teach those two a lesson. I've never liked Rudy. His face creeps me out so much. And then Costner, I never really did understand Costner. I mean, he delivers the mail, but everything's always broken because he's never that careful. Have you ever seen that guy, Garrick in the Bangers? I don't know where my accent's going now. But yeah, Cortez got beaten pretty badly. And then it was like, well, who's gonna step forward and, avenge our leader? So we were like, Uma? Ranesh? Which one of you is gonna do it? And then we decided, well, actually, Uma may not be good against Paolo, because Paolo's a bit of a lech. So we decided to let Ranesh have a piece of him. Oh, actually, no, we didn't. Uma decided to have a go at him after all. And then Ranesh wouldn't let her. Oh, the argument they had over who was gonna fight Paolo, I think they both wanted a piece of him for some reason. And then Ranesh threw him against the wall. He got pretty ragey as well. I think it's because he's Montana. Ranesh doesn't really like the philosophy of the Montana. And then I decided to step forward. I was noble. Lola Noel was noble. And I stepped forward to take the bluff. It was like one of these two was gonna, it wasn't possible for them to win the fight at that moment, but we couldn't be too sure if they were gonna pull a trick as well. So I said to Cortez, I'm gonna step forward, not sacrifice myself as such, but let's just say Taylor wouldn't have let me do it if he'd been there. Oh, I remember this. Costner just kicked me in the face. It was really horrible. Cortez had a right go of him afterwards for that. Yeah, he felt alive kicking me in the face, because apparently he doesn't like Taylor. But Uma was ready to really up the revenge a bit. Because everyone knows she gets angry if she sees someone she likes get beaten to the floor. Which is pretty much everyone in the clan. That's getting angry if she sees anyone in the clan being beaten to the floor. That was so satisfying seeing Rudy just lying there on the floor beaten. But to be fair, his creepy face looks even more creepier. And then, it was like, we were against Pussycats, and we were up against the Uluwatu for some reason. It's like a good job that I wasn't there, because I hate the Pussycats. They're all bitches. And I probably would have been clawing someone's eyes out that moment. But Taylor decided to step forward and leave a dent in them in the sake of me. But it was actually pretty bad, because if I remember rightly, Zach kicked him in the face. It was pretty horrible. Because even though Taylor played first, it was like Zach's ability stops his ability. He got cleaned up by the pool cleaner. Like, how humiliating is that? So then it was like, who's gonna step forward and avenge my boyfriend? I think Cortez then had a word with Lizzie. He had a word with Lizzie, and she said, yes, I'll do it. Or it was Cortez, and he was like, he'll do it. I think it was Lizzie. I think Lizzie stepped forward. I don't remember who was there, though. Was it Stanley? I think Stanley decided he was going to follow in his clanmate's footsteps. And we were like, well, who's going to step forward? Yeah, I remember rightly. Cortez had a word with Lizzie, I think. No, wait. Okay, I think Lola Noel is suffering from a bit of amnesia at the moment. So we were waiting, well, they waited while we made a plan. Yeah, and then Lizzie finally I don't know, did she? Yeah, she did. Except, Lizzie's rocking out wasn't enough. Stanley completely decimated her. It was horrible. I can't say it was the most successful smashing session we ever had, but it won't be the last one we ever have. And someone tell Miho she's not having her channel back in time for Christmas Day. No, I'm not that mean towards my Scarlet Sisters, but seriously, this is not the last you'll have heard from me.